Why, good morning, Susie. Just have a seat here next to this box of Kleenexes. I put the box there because I had an applicant in here earlier who burst into tears when I asked her about her child's health. It's so sad. Her baby was stung by a killer bee and has had hives ever since. No pun intended.
Good morning, Mr. Jacks. I appreciate your taking your time to see me today. Your location here is just beautiful.
Oh, yes it is. Well, let's get started, shall we? I have another applicant coming in 20 minutes, and I'd like to get through this as quickly as possible. You know, I have your resume here somewhere. Let's see, Clem. That's a German name, isn't it?
Actually, it's a Tasmanian name. I have another resume here if you would like to use this one instead.
Oh, I thank you, Susie. Do you mind if I call you Mrs. Clem?
Actually, it's Miss Clem, but I guess you can call me Susie if you like.
You know, I had a terrible morning this morning. My dog has ringworms, my wife is suffering from impacted teeth, and my car's universal joint is disjointed. And my secretary just eloped. So you can see why I'm so disorganized. But that's why I need you. By the way, you don't happen to have any mental or physical disabilities, do you?
Well, I was in an automobile accident last year, and I have had some lower back pain, but it's nothing serious.
You know, I don't even have a job description for you. But we can mail all that to you afterwards. Right now, do you have any questions for us here at Jack's Crackers?
Actually, yes, I do have a few questions. I'd like to know exactly what the job entails, how it relates to the overall mission of this company, and what opportunities there are for independent actions, and what the growth potential is for this company.
Wow, you are well prepared. That's what I like, a girl with real initiative, and front office appearance too, if you know what I mean.
Sorry to interrupt, Jack, but you asked me to stop by to meet the new applicant for the secretarial job.
Oh yes, it's alright, Bill. I wanted you here. I was just telling Susie here about the plans we have for expanding Jack's Crackers, and how that expansion would mean a promotion for her.
Well, we have a projected opening in new markets in the Pacific Rim, as well as in 3 new domestic markets. Our projections include hiring 4 more secretaries within the next year. The person who is hired for this position will, in time, be in charge of those 4 secretaries. Pardon me if I seem to be staring, but you look exactly like the valedictorian of my high school class. You didn't happen to graduate from Ridgebury High in 1985, did you?
No, I graduated in 1980 from Egerton High in Miami. Could you tell me a little bit more about this position?
You know, we can mail all that information to you later, but right now, tell us a little bit more about yourself, since I have another applicant coming in about 5 minutes. What are your hobbies? What organizations do you belong to? What's your zodiac sign?
Well, I enjoy reading and taking classes. In fact, I just received my secretarial proficiency certificate and have started to take classes at the local community college. I'm also very involved in church activities.
Oh, now what church is that? Excuse me. Oh yes, this is him. Yeah. Yeah, dude, what's up? Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking at her right now. She's very interesting and kind of a little strange. Very impatient. She doesn't have any time to do anything. She even do this interview. It's quite ridiculous, actually. You know what?
Excuse me, Mr. Price. I've decided that I do not wish to be
that's
considered as a
interesting.
candidate for this position anymore.
That's interesting.
Could you please inform Mr. Jacks when he gets off the phone? Thank you for your time.
But you don't have to hurt my feelings. Alright, whatever. I'm just gonna go to them, okay? Alright, see ya. Bye. Oh, what happened? Bill, where'd she go?
Well, she decided she didn't want the job after all.
Jeepers creepers, isn't that just like a woman? They can never make up their minds.
Ah.
Ah. Ding.
Jack's
Crackers. Okay. In this little skit of a bad interview, there were very many mistakes. The first one, in this first line, Mr. Jacks is talking about the other applicant's personal life, which is completely inappropriate during the interview. He, in fact, even talks about her children's health. The third line, Mr. Jacks tells the applicant that he has another applicant coming in 20 minutes, which is rushing her. He also asks her the origin of her name, which violates Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Okay. In line 5, Mr. Jacks asks her if he needs to call her Mrs. Clem in order to see if she is married or not, which is completely inappropriate. In number 7, Mr. Jacks talks about his personal life, which is completely irrelevant to the interview. He says that his wife is suffering from impacted teeth, which says that he may have beaten her. He also talks about the personal life of his secretary, and he says that he is disorganized. He also asks about physical or mental handicaps, which is in a violation of the Americans with Disabilities Act of 1990. Number 8 violates the Family and Medical Leave Act of 1993. Number 9 shows that Mr. Jacks is unprepared and does not have the job description with him, and he's not well prepared. Number 11 is violating so many things. Sexual harassment violates Civil Rights Act Title VII of 1964. In number 12, Bill Price interrupts the interview, which is rude to the person being interviewed and is unprofessional. In number 13, Mr. Jacks lets Bill Price sit down and join the interview, which is inappropriate and rude. In number 14, Mr. Jacks asks Susan if she graduated in 1985. He is fishing around for her age. This violates age discrimination in employment of 1967. In number 16, Mr. Jacks should have the information in front of him. He shouldn't talk about other people he's interviewing for the job. He fires off questions without giving her a chance to answer. When he asks her about organizations she belongs to, this violates Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 because the organization she belongs to may infer sex, religion, race, or national origin. Her hobbies and zodiac sign also have nothing to do with the job. In number 18, Mr. Jacks is violating Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 because he is asking a question about her religion, which has nothing to do with the job, and it is discriminatory. He also shows how uninterested he is in the interview by picking up the phone and talking. In number 20, Mr. Jacks does not even know what is going on, so he's very confused. He doesn't even realize that she has left yet. Number 21, Bill Price is simply stating what has just happened to make up for Mr. Jacks' ignorance. In number 22, Mr. Jacks is violating Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 because he is discriminating against Susan Clem's sex. And that would be all.